Hey, hope you're well. I just wanted to quickly jump here and show you one of the application which we make. I think it's pretty useful to generate UI for data science model and everything related. So let's go. Let's go quickly and check it out. Perfect. So now we are on the Ploomber AI editor, which is at editor.ploomber.io, and it's pretty simple. You have the choice between Python and R, so we can use Trimlet for our Python application to build interface, as well as R and with Shiny. And Shiny have some pretty cool library bslib, which allow you to build some component which are already style, but you can also customize that style. So let's see how it works. So for that, we can simply start by asking the model to generate a base application, which we can after explore. So let's do that. Create a user interface with bslib to display a graph and table. Also create some card at the top to display the key information. What we can say is we can use a special data set. So let's take this one. So use this data set, which is about the Titanic. Perfect, and the data correspond to the following. Oops. And we can show the model some couple of data. So perfect. So once we're done, we're just creating the application, and what's going to happen is we'll just create our own Shiny R and all the R environment into our own browser. So that way we don't have to install anything. It's just work out of the box and we can share our application. One important detail is every code that you can see here is public. So if you share the URL and you embedded some password, people will be able to see it. But quickly, look at that. We already have a pretty UI and we can do a lot of cool stuff with it. So let's check it out. There is some top card that we can see here. We can see that the application is already dynamic and everything. So based on the width of the page, and on a cell phone, it would look like that. On a desktop, it would look like that. We already have all that out of the box. And we can share our application, share a link. We can share the app and we can go to that link. We can just send it to someone like a friend, and and this one will be able to see the application. Everything will be loaded in his own browser. One thing which is important is they are able to see the code. So if they want to um, build around it and see how you do it, it's easy to share. But let's go quickly there, and we can do a overview of this framework and how it works and what is available into it. So for that, we need to import the library, which is bslib, as well as Shiny and some other helper. So it work it's pretty similar as doing web if you did that in the past, but otherwise we'll go over it and how it works. So the basic is we have the page and we can build component. So we have each of the square rectangle, we can think about it's a component, and we can put stuff into it and make it dynamic, and also make it so we can interact with this component. So if we look at the page, we have our title, our theme. We can choose our own theme. In that case, we have Flatty and bslib. If we go on bslib theme, there's a lot of theme that we can choose from, and we can also use some special variable like this one, not variable, function, that we can put in the server. So let's find our server. Server is here. and we'll just put it, rerun the application. So that way we'll be able to like choose our own theme and see in live how it works. So we can choose, like, let's say that we want Cosmo, just refresh the style, and we can have our own thing. We can choose the font, all the gaps between the stuff and everything. And when we have like a one that we like, let's say that we like simplex. Yeah, this one looks good. So we can quickly go here into the theme and choose this one. So simplex, rerun our application. Now I made an error. Let's see what happened. Let's open that. So simplex is not a known preset. So did I make a mistake? I think so. We put the theme, rerun the previous application. I said that we wanted simplex. Simplex is because I put an uppercase, I'm guessing. So let's rerun it. Perfect, it works. We can save our application, and everybody that will access the link that we showed earlier will be able to see the same thing. So if we look like a bit deeper into the code, here's what we have. We have some value box, which are like those big components at the top, which like show the key metric that we want to have. So in that case, we can see like the total number of passengers Titanic, also the average price that people paid to be on it. And after that, we have like those more complicated component. If we look at it, we have like some layout column. We're saying like we want some width to be 8.4. That's why we have like some larger one here. And in this one, we have the survival analysis by class. So we can see that the female first class, they had some good odds, but the male in third class, they didn't have some good odds. And you can also like zoom, see how it works, and see it more in detail as well for the other one. And here, if we look closer at like this one, we can see that we enable the full screen with this variable. We have the headers. The headers is always like the title of the component, and we have the body. And in this case, we just pass a simple plot. So this is why we have it into our component. After that, we have the same for the age distribution and for the table. So we have the title, we have the table, and we can browse all the tables directly. So you see, like, this library is really cool just to have quick interface, which is good, easy to do. And even on our editor, you can just chat with your own code base, ask for some changes. So there's no need to learn like the front end and how it works. You can simply just focus on the model and after go here and build a user interface out of thin air. So let's say that. Perfect. Can you make another graph about what do we want to know? So if we see here, like, oh, perfect, about the survival rate based on the fare. So we can simply ask the model to modify our application to build that. So we see that we included all the code from the app.r, which is this one. Perfect. So now we have something. We can see what the model proposes. So rate based on the passenger fare in the Titanic dataset. You can add this to your existing app. Here's the code snippet. Perfect. So we can see that it proposed to simply add another card. Sure, let's do that. So we have our card. That's here. And after, we have to add something in the server, which will be able to render the plot. So we need to add that. So we have a server. Server is here somewhere. Perfect. Key matrix, survival plot. Let's put it at the end. It's easier to understand. We have it here. And here, like, the final part of a Shiny app is we just have to provide the server, which is what we see here in the middle. And we also have to provide the server, which is what's run in the background and will generate all the plot. So once we're ready, we can run it, close the chat, close that. Let's put it full screen. And we have the survival rate based on the fare. So we have survive yes or no, and we see that the less we paid, the less chance we have to survive the Titanic. So yeah, that's one of the apps which we build, and when it's ready, you can simply deploy it on the cloud, so people won't be able to see your code and all the secret embed into the code when you share it with your friend.